Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable WWE Edition. I'm your host, Justin Jones, here with co host Sebastian. Last time we talked WWE on this platform, it was with me and Fabian. Stephanie Valkyr just had gotten called up along with Julia. Um, and we was getting ready for Money in the Bank. We seen that the winners ended up being Seth Rollins for the men. And for the women, Naomi finally gets her, well deserved victory. So now we are on the road to SummerSlam, right? It's going to be the first ever two-night event of SummerSlam, going down August 2nd and August 3rd in MetLife Stadium. I'm right, sir?
Yeah.
There we go, MetLife Stadium. Make sure y'all get y'all tickets. They are available right now. So, how would you feel about just the Money in the Bank pay per view as a whole? And do you think WWE got it right with the winners? Because there's always controversy. This person should have won. This person should have won. The guy in the crowd with the green shirt should have won. Like it could have. Michael Cole should have won. It's always everyone thought someone should have won. How'd you feel?
I'd say this PLE was one of the better ones that we had in quite some time too. I'd give it like a 8.5 out of 10. I'm not so mad about the winners. Going into this, I did believe that Naomi was the right call with just the momentum that she had in her heel turn and just the momentum and traction that she's building up. When I look at it, this is one of her best runs, if not the best runs within her WWE career. The fans are acknowledging it. Everybody's acknowledging it. The heel work that she's doing is just it makes for an interesting story with her, Bianca, Jade Cargill, and just her as a threat. As a heel, you want to be as most believable that you're a threat to a babyface as possible. And with just her character and the work that she's doing right now, it's hard to say anybody else that's doing as great as a heel work for her on the women's side of things. So her just getting that moment and the Money in the Bank is definitely interesting and is definitely the right winner. If it wasn't her, then who else would I say? Maybe Stephanie Valkyr, but I say that's too soon. So they got it spot on with the women's. For the men's side, though, I do say that I'm not mad that Seth Rollins won. I think that just the match overall was had all aspects of it was great in work skills from all the men that participated in the Money in the Bank. It had the entertainment aspect with Solo, Jacob, just Braun Breakers, like just everything that went on in that match. I did want an LA Knight to win. I feel like this was his third year in a row
Yeah.
where feel me, he goes into this and everybody's behind him. Just like, yo, LA Knight got that momentum. Maybe it's his year. Maybe a guy like CM Punk or Sami Zayn or Roman Reigns return to stop Seth Rollins for what he got going on. But it wasn't the case. Seth Rollins definitely triumphed over everything. Just catching, just making him a two-time Money in the Bank winner. And you see where it's going now to where they're really invested in showing that Seth Rollins is coming for everything in the WWE and he's trying to make him make that power. He's trying to make power moves. He's trying to control the whole industry, and that him wanting money to make shows for that. I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at it. I was just like, LA Knight was just somebody that was in his way. Seth Rollins has been on record saying anybody that gets in my way will get dealt with, and that's exactly what happened. My favorite part of the match was just Solo, and I spoke to you about this already. Just the entertainment aspect of it. Just when Jacob turned on him too, it just makes for a good story when you have a heel that has like a funny feature, but at the heel at the end of the day, my favorite part was probably where he tried to team up with everybody, where he tried to team up with Elliot Knight. He said he tried to give Andrade a pound, and then he said, "Amigo," nigga said, "Sarah." Oh shit, yo! When I tell you, money to make a do no wrong, and just to finish off with the main event, I think the main event between John Cena and Logan Paul versus Cody and Jay was very entertaining towards the end too. We got the surprise guest from Ron Killings to come back. I think just the crowd in the arena erupted and just how just everything played out. It was a bunch of good spots. I seen a great spot. My son Logan Paul did a moonsault, a springboard moonsault, and landed it perfect on Jay Uso too. And I'm looking at that. I'm just like, yo, that was a great way to go out. The babyface triumph at the end. We're looking at it. Everybody had their winners. Even the Lyra Valkyria match and Becky Lynch match was very entertaining too. Becky Lynch, added on to that Intercontinental Championship, added to her resume and why she's one of the like four horsemen women for this WWE industry. Just adding more onto her resume too. So Triple H spot on with the Money in the Bank. Very entertaining. The winners are rightfully so the winners too. I don't really have no objections to it. Even though I said I would want LA Knight to win, I have no problems with Seth Rollins winning it. But great PLE though. I enjoyed it from the start to the finish.
Right, you definitely had a lot of great points. I agree with damn near everything that you said. Just shout out to the weekend that WWE did have. You know, well, it was last week. Money Bank was last weekend.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, whenever it was, great weekend. It started with the Worlds Collide. Shout out to WWE for for you good, bro.
Yeah, my fault. My
Uh,
fault. So,
so shout out to WWE for doing that merger. My highlight of the weekend was you finally got the double Devil's Kiss. Lola Vice, Stephanie Valkyr. Um, had to get out a quick yeet. So shout out to them for that. But when we talk about the Money in the Bank pay per view, overall I thought it was good. They threw in kind of last moment the Dominic Mysterio versus Octagon. If I'm saying the wrong person, there's Pentagon, Octagon,
yeah, I think it's
Decepticon.
Octagon.
Like I'm pretty sure it was him. Decent match. Dominic Mysterio did get the win. I do think you gotta feature him. He is the Intercontinental Champion. I don't really like when someone's a champion, but then it's like once they win it, you kind of just you stop seeing them wrestle. And now they're just holding the title. I don't really like that. So it was good to just see him on the card competing. We talked about Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch. Decent match. The finish, just due to the camera angle, you couldn't really see Becky holding up the tights. So it was left to Michael Cole to kind of point that out to everybody watching at home that Becky did have to find a sneaky way to win, even though I do think that she was the right person to put the title on now to elevate it to that next level. Shout out to Lyra Valkyria. She's gonna get a lot of flack, and then she's gonna get a lot of praise. Both is warranted. You're on the main roster. You're one of the main females. We're gonna criticize you if we feel you're kind of lackluster in the moment, and we're gonna praise you when you do well. I feel she took the title to its height to what she can do with it. Lyra's still so young in the game, so many people she could still get in the ring with, keep working on her promo skills, keep working. Well, the in ring is very good, but just always still working on your craft. So shout out to her and everything she did. I do think she was wrong at the end, being a sore loser. And to all those fans out there saying that Becky Lynch sucks, having Becky Lynch's daughter had to leave the arena, I'm disgusted with the fans in Los Angeles. And for you, Lyra, I expected more out of you. You had a bet. You're supposed to honor that. You're supposed to raise her hand. And when you had to put the title on her, you heard what Becky said. You hurt her shoulder. You almost dislocated it. So she needed you to put the title on her, and you got disrespectful. You got rude, and I just do not respect that, Lyra.
Fuck no, yeah.
I'm expecting some type of suspension. Adam Pierce, what the hell is going on? That's unsportsmanlike, and we don't need that in our sport.
Do your
So,
job, man. Do your
so that's
job,
some.
man.
So that's something that needs to be rectified. And Becky Lynch is still owed an apology, and her daughter. Shout out to the man. Um, for each respective now Money in the Bank match. I was always a big fan of the Money in the Bank match. It was actually interesting the other day. I actually heard how it actually came about. Shout out to Chris Jericho, someone that is in AEW now, but him and Vince had such a good relationship. Chris Jericho is behind a lot of things that we see now today that's been here for so long that he was in the back just throwing out all these ideas. So just to hear how the Money in the Bank came about was just so interesting. So shout out to him. When I think of Money in the Bank, I always think of when Edge had it back in the days, and his cash-ins would just always come at the absolute worst moments. Shout out to Edge. For the men, Seth Rollins, we all remember what he did a couple years back with the Heist of the Century when he did cash in on the Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns main event, leaving out WWE champion. Was that just about 10 years ago?
I believe so. Was that 2015? 2015 or 2014 or 2015.
So just about 10 years ago, you can call it the anniversary. He does end up winning again. I did think LA Knight was the person that should have won.
Yeah,
I just feel like he had all the momentum, all the buzz, and I just think you got to capitalize off that. In my personal opinion, I'm not gonna lie. Watching the match, for a second I thought El Grande Americano was about to win when they did that spot to where
that was tough.
he had to grab the ladder and fall onto the other ladder and then climb all the way to the top. I'm like, if it ends like that, fuck it. Like at this point, 'cause I thought that was so cool to see. Shout out to him. Chad Gable could learn a couple things from an El Grande Americano. Um, and then you talked about it. Solo Sokoa MVP definitely of that matchup. Gave us the comedic relief in that match. Just a perfect moment at the end. You're just at the mountaintop. You're just about to grab the case, and then you're trying to get that left foot up, and you feel something holding you down. You look down, and you see Jacob, and the four words that we've been waiting for. I hate you, Solo. Like, that was my fault. I keep hearing these sounds, bro. You're gonna have to mute yourself, bro, or we're gonna have to kick you off the network. But what I was saying, Solo, nah, Jacob then attacks Solo, gets him out the match. Seth Rollins ends up winning the whole damn thing. My thing with Seth Rollins winning the briefcase is just this. I don't want to say it's wrong him having it. The thing is that he doesn't need it. Seth Rollins is a briefcase. At any time, Seth Rollins could have competed for a world title. That's like me for the women if Rhea Ripley had one. It's not terrible, but it's like
Do you
she is
really
a,
need that?
she is a briefcase. Like it's Rhea Bloody Ripley. Like what the hell? Like it doesn't make so. Tell now something. You talk about the woman, someone like Naomi who doesn't just get automatic title shots. Then yeah, I'm not mad at that. But it's like Seth could have just found his way to the world title picture, and I don't think none of us would have been mad about it. But respect to him, he got the job done. And then for the women, shout out to Naomi. I think that was her fifth Money in the Bank, so she finally obtained the briefcase and got the job done. I was rooting for Stephanie Valkyr to do it. To your point, she got a long career in WWE. I just thought how she was called up out of nowhere like that. Thought they had a big plan in place for her, but she'll still be a prominent female on the roster. So I wasn't too you know mad at that. I wouldn't have been mad at Roxanne Perez. The work she's doing since being on the main roster has been very well. Learning so much from, the Judgment Day under Finn Balor. I love the work that's going on right there. So overall, great event. Um, yeah, great event. Shout out to the Money in the Bank, Los Angeles. I was expecting the Roman Reigns return. We ended up not getting that, so it's gonna be interesting to see when he does come back. Right. So now what we got going on, right? We've been having the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. We're now in the semifinals where we're gonna have Jade Cargill go against Roxanne Perez for the women, and for the men, we're going to have Sami Zayn going up against
Randy Orton.
Cody, going up against Randy Orton, right? But okay, my fault. I'm thinking there's less people. We still got a couple matchups: Jade Cargill, Roxanne Perez, Oscar, Alexa Bliss. Then you got Cody Rhodes and Jay Uso and
Sammy and Randy.
Sammy and Randy. All right, there be so many damn names to remember. Okay, so I'll just ask you for both respective sides, male and female, just seeing who's left. Who do you think will be the king and queen of the ring?
I think it will be Jade Cargill for the woman of the ring. I think I think just the push that she's getting is setting up for her to have a match against Tiffany Stratton. I think that just the work that she's done thus far has prepared her just for just these moments now. This is what her second year on the main roster. I say second year, yeah. So now I think she's ready to be in singles competition, learning a lot from Bianca Belair within those tag team division, and now just being able to just soak up and be her own. I think it sets for a matchup between maybe her and Tiffany Stratton. I know that they've been teasing it. They've been teasing a lot with Jade Cargill, actually, just the face offs and the interactions that she had. She had one with Tiffany Stratton, like I said already. She had one with Charlotte Flair. So they're anticipating a lot of good matches between Jade Cargill and all these other women in the division, though. So my pick would have to be Jade Cargill, though. She's just been dominant thus far. In ring skills has gotten better. Promo skills has gotten way better from when she started. She's more comfortable in her role. I think that she's just been great thus far. So yeah, I would have to go with Jade Cargill for the Queen of the Ring. As for the men's side of the ring, I think Sami Zayn gets the push that we've all been deservingly. So I think that just him, he's just the only one that hasn't been in the world title picture. Besides the Randy Orton's been in the world title picture, Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. I think him just being the underdog out of all four of those competitors is just setting up to him just maybe just winning that. I look at it as if Sami Zayn, right now they're teasing just him just being a heel. The same thing with talks with Karrion Kross. Just Karrion Kross saying, "Yo, you're not a good guy. Like, I know you. You have to get down and dirty if you want to be a champion." Sami Zayn is hearing this, and I feel like it's setting up for him to just do something to where he knows what he has to do in order to get ahead. Randy Orton said it best too. He said, "I don't care who do I have to go through just to get at John Cena for the world title. I'm going to do it." Cody Rhodes is on the same thing. Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes, that's going to be a good matchup too. I think winner of that just this shows you just who's willing to do what. I think all four of these men are desperate just to get to the title run, but I feel like Sami Zayn is going to find some type of way just to get himself to be king of the ring, especially in Saudi. And I know that he speaks a little Arabic, and we've seen it last year where he's speaking a little. I think that would move the crowd a little bit more too. So my pick is Sami Zayn to win King of the Ring.
Yeah, it's always good to have opinions and our own mind, but you're wrong, and that's why I'm here just to always tell you when you're wrong. So the men's final will be won by Cody Rhodes to set up Cody Rhodes versus John Cena at SummerSlam. I just feel that's just what they're really trying to go toward, because there was even no point of putting Cody in the tournament anyway. He's the ultimate babyface. I just don't see him in something like this to lose, especially to so he's gonna lose to Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and shout out to Jey Uso and Sami Zayn because they've been doing great work. But I just think this is made for Cody, just to get the job done. So, but I wouldn't be mad, if they did do a swerve like a Sami Zayn. So shout out to him if he was to get that done. Um, and for the woman, Jade Cargill's not a. I think any for the last woman, I wouldn't be too mad. I'll shout out to the return of Oscar. Right, she came back last night. Did get a great reception. I was happy to see that. Think sometimes these women go away or a man can go in when they come back. I don't like to hear crickets. It was good to see them receptive to her. She had a good match. Shout out to her. You got Alexa Bliss, who thank you. Just feature her on TV. I feel like they was waiting for this reunion with the Wyatts and her. I was like, you don't have to do that. This is Alexa Bliss. Like the fans love her. Put her on TV. So shout out to her. I want to be mad at that. You already spoke about Jade Cargill. The storm is coming. Like I said when we had Alan on our platform, we could laugh and joke. She gets better every time she's out there. Right? She's new. She's coming from AEW to WWE. Two different shows. Right? So it's like it was gonna be a little bit of an adjustment. Shout out to her. She's doing well. She's doing great. Learning from everybody. And then she's just that she excuse my language. She's just that bitch right now, right? Roxanne Perez got called up, getting all the great looks, joined the hottest team on Raw. Her and Finn got something devious going on. I can't wait to see how all that unfolds. Um, you can say it's too early, but I wouldn't be mad if it was her. Her versus Io Sky at Evolution, I think would be crazy. Right? So I'm not mad at any of these four. If I had to go, I'll just choose Roxanne Perez. I'm always rooting for the young talent here in WWE. So I would like to see her advance and let's see what she could really do. Um But I wanted to ask you, I wanted to talk about something that I seen somebody talk about on Instagram. And I wanted to hear your take. So it's a dude named Suplex, right? That we follow on our It's Debatable platform, big WWE fan, and he was talking about the Seth Rollins faction, right, with Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Paul Heyman, and he was saying he's just not impressed right now. He's saying he feels there's no chemistry between Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. He feels how they're portraying Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed right now is just like two security guards for Seth Rollins, and he's just not feeling the faction right now. So I'm listening. I'm like, he had some good points. I don't like seeing Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed come out in suits and Seth Rollins just looks like the main guy. That makes it just look like they're his henchmen. I thought it was gonna be more like an evolution to where everyone kind of had their identity in it, right? Now, on the other side, you can say, well, it's too early right now, and the thing has just started. But we gotta talk about what's being presented to us. So I wanted to know, how do you just feel about that faction and just how it's being presented so far?
With the faction, a lot of times, a lot of new things take a while to build up. When I'm looking at it, it's not the first time that a faction took a while to build up. To me, even the Judgment Day, at a point when they first early started, they wasn't that good. Everybody just looked at it as edge lackeys. I know Rhea Ripley had some type of momentum, but she wasn't who she was today. Damian Priest didn't have that type of momentum. They were like, who the hell is he? The only person that really had some type of name to stuff was Finn Balor, and that was after when they made their own move and created their own segments, and Judgment Day became what it really was today. So I'm patient with factions like that. I think it takes a while, especially when you're throwing like two young guys like Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, who's still relatively new in the business. We got to remember this is Braun Breaker, I believe, second year. After this coming off an intercontinental title run and just doing all of this, he's learning under the ropes of what it's like to be in the main event scene. I think that takes a little bit of time. I think a guy like Bronson Reed, who was just out for damn near like since War Games, coming back into this, getting acclimated to this. I think everything got to fall into place. If we could just get maybe a lot of times where it's just not either Seth Rollins or Paul Heyman talking, or we could get a guy like Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker to cut a promo, then it shows some personality. Right now, it's just that they don't say too much. They're like those two guys with the authority with fucking I forgot the two Jamie Noble and what's the other dude? Not Johnny Nitro. The other dude that was in Eminem. You know what I'm talking about?
Bro, I don't remember, bro.
Yeah. Either way, you remember those two henchmen for Seth Rollins when he was in Authority?
No, I know. Like that was like the last group he was in. He was like the
Yeah,
main
yeah,
guy and the other two. I know you're talking about.
yeah. And so if you're gonna do it like that, then it's just like it's not gonna really work because you got two people. One that people are saying might be the face of the WWE in a couple of years to come. You can't just have him just going around saying spear or tsunami. Like, it doesn't work like that. Feel me? And if you're gonna do that, at least make them go for gold too. We got a whack ass tag team division run by the New Day, where if you put those in, who realistically who'd beat Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker in a tag team match like that if they were to go after gold too. So I don't know if everything takes it a while, but if you're gonna do it like that, feel me, at least give them some type of goal around their waist to where they at least look legit. If they're gonna be henchmen, at least make them legit henchmen though. Like, you know what I'm saying? But other than that though, right now I'm still in the developmental stage of it. We still don't have a name for this faction. We just gonna call it Seth Rollins and the boys. But other than that, I think that
Seth Rollins and the boys is crazy.
because it's like it's what we're seeing is the same thing. Interference here and there. They don't have no promos. The only thing that's going is that when Braun Breaker comes out, everybody's barking like a dog. No problem. No obligations to that. Like, feel me? There's nothing wrong with that. Feel me? That's his thing though. But I thought this was supposed to build the future. This was supposed to build the future of the company. Right now, the only thing this is doing right now is just securing Seth Rollins into gaining back his power with the heavyweight title, though.
That's what he was trying to say, though. He was trying to say every time Seth's in a faction like this, where he's the heel, the group is just to make Seth Rollins look good. It doesn't do anything for anybody else.
Yeah, it didn't do nothing
And
to like.
as of right now, that's true. But to the point, we do got to give it some more time. But we gotta call a spade a spade. Right now, it does just look like this group was just made to elevate Seth. When it's like, then it's like, did we need the faction? Then couldn't he have just been a Paul Heyman guy?
Yeah,
And
literally,
then
that's all he
just
had to be. Because right now we're looking at it. What is this, like a rip off bloodline? A bloodline that, feel me? Like, if that's what you want to look at it,
you
it's like
seen
a
what
real.
Solo said? Who are you supposed to be? The honorary oops, Sami Zayn? And then look who we got here, the wise man. Like, so hey,
Long time no see. And then he went to
hold
Seth.
up.
He
Is
said,
WWE being lazy with this storyline right? Are they being lazy and to do another bloodline?
I think that's what it's going for. But if you're gonna do that, make Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed go after titles. Like, feel me? If I'm them, I'm not even making them go for the tag titles. I would say, yo, Braun Breaker, bring back the Intercontinental title. Bronson Reed, we want the U.S. title right here in this. Like, feel me? We want to. If you really want to take control of everything, you gotta you gotta take all the titles, man. The tag titles. You gotta take the tag titles. You gotta take the U.S. title. Like, if you're that serious about making this faction what it is, you might need a fourth member to go after those titles too as well. And actually, like, if you want to replicate Evolution, you got to, but it's not serious right now. But I say we'll see where this faction goes after SummerSlam. I think that's a fair enough call because post WrestleMania, we have a little dry spells in WWE. At a point, WWE gets a little dried up because it's like, all right, we were just on this elevate, we were just on this roller coaster where we're up here. And then you got to come back down from the WrestleMania high and then find out what's next. So the next high is going to be SummerSlam, where it's a 2-night event. So we'll see where it takes place too. But other than that, though, yeah, when you sent that in, I said it makes sense though. But it's just like I think we as fans, we're not very patient. That's one thing I noticed about just the WWE fans. We're not patient. When we need everything done fast. And Roman Reigns said it best. He just like, yo, we're making like steak here. We're not making no fast. We're not making McDonald's. We're not making that. We're making steak. Like, we're making like real cooked food. Like, and that takes time to cook up. We're not making none of these fast food cheap stuff that are minimum, like just for a moment high. We're making stuff make sense. We're building a story to where it's gonna get to the point to where it's like certain innings. Like they said it best. Like, we're only in like what the second inning, the third inning of this blood. I'm not just of this faction. So we got to give it some time though. So that's the one thing I keep in mind about it. To his point, to your point, it's just like you want everything now, but we just gotta wait.
All right, yeah, I wasn't mad at that. Like I said, I agree with the point. We gotta let this play out. It is kind of early, but I just don't like the little subtle signs of what could be to come. You don't gotta make them come out in suits like that. Like that just makes them look like why can't they just wear their gear? Aren't y'all a group? It's looking like I just don't feel that I get Steph's the main dude. But it's like you don't gotta put that in our face, like nigga. We know he's the main dude, like. But it's the
Exactly.
suits and the just let's not make it to your point like the last heel faction that Seth was in, and it's just to build up Seth when Seth's already the main dude. How much more can you build the nigga up? All right, and let's not do this. Seth's not gonna do what Roman Reigns just did. I feel like we're looking for the nigga to push the company. Roman Reigns did something, but you can't replicate that.
At all.
So don't think now Seth's about to have this 140 not one no 1,670 day run and the 5 year cut. We don't got to do that again. Like Seth's great and I love the work he does. But we don't need the Roman 2.0.
We really don't.
Right?
And you
We
put it
just
you
don't
put
do
it
that.
best, bro. Like, I think what makes something significant in WWE is how unique it is. And you and him holding the title for that long, it doesn't do nothing for Seth Rollins. We already know Seth Rollins is a champion already. And a lot of times it's just like you can't be put over. You can't have a legendary run if you have the title 24/7. Like, Roman Reigns is one of those things to where he dominated in his run and he made sure he did everything to stay on top. Seth Rollins staying on top doesn't mean he has to hold the title. He could still run around and and cause havoc in the locker room. Like, when I look at it, like another faction that, feel me, didn't really need title. Evolution, when we go back to, there's points in time where Triple H didn't have the title, but Evolution was still on top. There's points in time where Goldberg had the title. I believe Shawn Michaels, Benoit had the title. Triple H didn't really have a full title run all the time though, but he was still a threat to the championships. When I look at another faction to a lesser degree, I say Legacy. There's points in time where Randy Orton didn't have the title on him, but Legacy was still running around causing havoc, causing mayhem into the WWE roster, into the Monday Night Raw roster. So when I look at it, you don't necessarily need a title to define your faction all the way. It's good to have it, but to have that type of reign and just to hold it for like maybe like 2 or 3 years, nah, I don't. It's gonna get repetitive though. So I think Seth Rollins, everybody knows the step is just whenever he catches that title, is what he does with that run, how well he protects it, how does he elevate the others around him with that title. That's going to determine how the success of this faction to me.
Right. Speaking of legacy, free my boy Ted DiBiase out the feel me.
40
Um,
years!
but
40
we ain't gonna be on.
years!
Shit.
Yo, yo, please.
We ain't gonna be in here too long, but I also want to talk about John Cena's farewell tour, right? Damn near halfway done.
The never seen
Um,
17.
Facts. It's been real interesting. Some people say it's been good. Some people say it's been lackluster. Some people say Triple H threw Cena under the bus by saying that he's the one in control of his own storyline, basically saying if y'all don't like it, then look at him. So it's been just real interesting just seeing this whole thing play out. Um, that's really the question right there. Just how do you feel about his heel turn, and would you have changed anything thus far?
No, I wouldn't change anything this far. I think right now where we're at, we're starting to pick up, and I've seen this. That's why I said SmackDown. Last SmackDown was a great episode because it shows of just the target he has on his back. Whether it's Cody Rhodes, whether it's Randy Orton, now you got Ron Killings, now you got LA Knight. Like people are gunning for him now, and to a
I'm
point where,
driving now.
it, to your point exactly, R-Truth was the nice guy. Ron Killings,
The
not nice.
truth will set me free.
Said you free 100%, man. Yo, shout out Ron Killings too, and I'm gonna keep calling that because our truth is in the passenger seat now. He might be in the back seat now or in the trunk. Ron Killings is fully driving that bitch now, and he's off the wall with it, man. But yeah, but it takes time too. So Mania wasn't maybe the best time for it. People were still anticipating The Rock and everything, but now I think now we're past The Rock. Now we're past all of this John Cena turning heel and all this extra shit. I think right now we actually get to see what John Cena's heel run is about, and it's really just about winning. The Never Seen 17 always has a genius plan, always know what's next for the company. I think is good right now. Like I think right now we're starting to get peak into this going into SummerSlam because we don't know whether it's Randy or Cody, whether Cody gets it back. I just like where this is going now. CM Punk is in the mix, so I didn't even mention CM Punk. So you got all that going on right now, and I think the closer we get to the dates, the better it's gonna get. So we started off. What are we? 20 now, and what? 21 more dates.
Around that,
17,
yeah.
yeah. So it's a countdown now. So we're gonna finish off with a bang though, but people gotta stay patient. I don't know what everybody is about this heel run to where it's like, oh, it hasn't been good this far. We gotta be patient. And that's one thing I say. I'm gonna be patient with it now. A lot of these storylines, I'm gonna give a chance to, work its magic. And this one, I think what I seen last Friday was like I was actually entertained. You seen John Cena when he's arguing with Nick Aldis without the audio. He had his hat backwards, looking like the doctor of thugonomics. Bro, like this shit is entertaining at the end of the day. He got put in the STF by Ron Killings and actually sold it perfectly. I never see somebody sell their leg with the STFU. Usually people but it's a lot going on. The promo with him and CM Punk, both nights on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. Interesting to open up the segment, bro. Like people gotta enjoy the John Cena run that we're getting right now, though. If you want to go back and critique it after, that's fine. But right now, you just gotta enjoy it though, because we're 17 more dates, maybe 15 more dates. Like we're not that far from John Cena not being it. So everybody just gotta chill out, enjoy it while you can, bro. Because at the end of the day, though, John Cena gave 20 years in this fucking industry. However he wants to go out, it's not for the fans to say, "Oh, I wish it was booked this way." You're not a fucking writer. You're a fan. Keep your IWC ass. keep your Bubble Ray Dudley ass saying, "Oh, I wish it was this
Whoa,
way."
whoa, whoa,
Nah, nah, nah,
whoa,
nah,
whoa,
nah, nah, nah,
whoa,
nah, nah. Let me
whoa,
talk my
whoa,
shit. Let
whoa,
me
whoa.
talk my shit. Let me talk my shit. Let me talk my shit, Justo. Let me talk my shit, man. I'm tired of motherfuckers going on Rikishi. I'm tired of Bubba Ray Dudley.
Whoa,
Oh,
whoa,
no,
whoa,
no,
whoa.
no, 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 no. You not the writer. You are not the writers. You are not the writers, man. You are not. Oh, if I was gonna do it, I was gonna do this with nigga. If it was up to Rikishi, fucking, you seen how it'd be. Jay Uso would be WWE champ. Jimmy would be world heavyweight champ. Roman and The Rock would be that. Like, nigga, bro, we obviously know this is your son and he's showing nepotism. We get it, bro. But shut the fuck up and let them do their job, bro. Let them do their job, man. Oh, I don't think Jay. Nigga, Jeff Hardy was fucking booked for like 2 weeks as a champion, and he was way more over than Jay Uso. It happens, nigga. It happens in this industry, though. You should be lucky.
Disclaimer on that statement. They took it off because of, you know why they took it off Jeff Hardy. That wasn't
No,
that,
100%.
you know,
But
like,
no, hundred
so
percent.
okay.
But feel me, there's only
Right.
so much you do. You got your WrestleMania. Like Rikishi never had his WrestleMania moment. The fact that your son has a WrestleMania moment, you're not happy. He won two titles in the Royal Rumble in a whole year span. He won the Intercontinental title, he won the Royal Rumble, and he's won the fucking World Heavyweight Championship. That's more than Rikishi's ever done. What are you complaining about, nigga? Like, you should be happy. You should be like, yo, thank you for the opportunity for my son. I don't see Jay complaining about it. Jay's happy. He's blessed that that he's in the position of where he is, selling out all these merch, having all these fans support him, getting a WrestleMania moment. He got his push, man. It's not all the time that you gonna feel me that what do you want it to be, a Roman Reigns type of champion? And Bubba Ray Dudley, he said, "Oh, when he came for when he came for R-Truth, he said, I don't want to hear R-Truth again. If you're gonna sell us on this character, I don't want to hear it again. You're Ron Killings." And you know what Ron Killings said? Who the fuck is he talking to? So feel me, like I'm tired of these fucking old WWE heads writing the stories for these guys, man. Like, shut the fuck up
Hold
and
on,
enjoy
but
the pod.
shout out to that podcast though. I do like what Bubba Ray we talking about most of the time. Shout out to Mark Henry, Dave
Mark
Melt.
Henry,
Shout out
Mark
to
Henry,
my
my
boy
guy,
Dave
man.
in there. Just sometimes they do get a little, but you gotta think those are people that has been in the game for a long time, Seth. So they get real passionate, about certain things that just certain things that they see. But yeah, in terms of, John Cena's final farewell tour, I think it's been decent. Could things be better for sure, but every storyline could always be better. Not every storyline in the program is going to be downright perfect. Like it's just not going to go like that. We also got to look at it like we also got to we also got to sew up some loose ends, man. I appreciate the fact that we just got the finish to Randy and John Cena. People just swept right past that. We literally got the end to a story for over damn near 20 years. Like, and people just, let's on to the next. Oh no, how come the ref got knocked out? How Randy lost in St. Louis? Like, what? Like, I'm like, all right, y'all. Like, what the fuck? And then, bro,
Bro, nah, I'm laughing because I dead ass. When you read the comments, there's people being just like, they're burying Randy Orton. There's no way. Why aren't you getting? Oh my god, why they disrespecting Randy Orton? John Cena's is still burying talent year 20.
I don't know, but listen, I appreciated that we
Hunter, what
got
are
to
you
close
doing?
up that story. CM Punk, now we're about to get the end to that story. These are things we watched as, well, our age. We watched as kids growing up. John Cena and CM Punk had the feud of the summer that year. The feud of the summer that year. I'm forgetting the exact year. But come on, man. These are things that we're getting to see the end of it, bro. So to your point, I wouldn't have changed anything. What the hell do we want John Cena to do? The nigga literally said his body can't do certain shit no more. You want the nigga to do a fucking hurricanrana off the top turnbuckle onto a table? The nigga can't do the nigga can't do
Can't
it.
do too much, bro.
But
That's
like,
why
what
he's
you
over
want
here.
him to do, bro? And then hold on. People also gotta look, bro. when he had that interview with Chris Van Fleet and they talked about his heel turn, he literally said all the things that people loved him for: being there on time, being reliable, trustworthy. If he turns heel, he's gonna do the opposite. He's not gonna be here as much. He's not gonna be as reliable. He's doing that. What he said, I'm going to ruin wrestling.
Yeah,
That's what
bro.
he's doing.
You don't get the run to the entrance. You don't get the
He's
you
ruining
get
it.
yeah, you get the title to the back, bro. Like you getting a lot of shit that feel me. That's why I'm saying I have no problem with the what is going because he's literally said I'm doing the complete opposite, bro. He's not winning with honor, bro. He's doing the same thing. I'm gonna kick
Exactly,
you in the
but
nuts and hit
we
you.
would have never seen John Cena win a championship by hitting somebody with the title. But now he said, "I'm going to do whatever it takes, and this title is going to leave with me." And I just don't really care. So I think John Cena is doing a great job, but people aren't gonna bring up this. John Cena is the only superstar to be on every PLE this year.
Talk that talk.
So
Talk
what?
that
What do you
talk.
want him to do? He's been on every PLE.
Talk that talk, niggas.
So it's like
Never seen
everybody
17.
has to calm the hell down. To your point, we're not creative. All right, if y'all want to go be creative, go ahead. But I guarantee if we put some of y'all in creative, Tazawa would be Intercontinental Champion. And it does don't and no shots to Tazawa because I actually like what he does on the show. But I'm trying to make the point that the people got those jobs for a reason. Let them do their damn job. If you don't like the product, then go watch AEW. They're doing moonsaults off the damn projectors, and Tony Storm and Mercedes Monet keep sniffing each other every time they talk. Go watch that.
Mm. That's why there's opposite company. If you don't like what's going on, man, that's why there's other stuff,
Go
man.
watch TNA, bro. My boy Nick Nemeth just faced Jeff Hardy for the first time, I think, in the last 14 years. Like, go watch
Go
them.
watch that. Go watch NXT. Go watch Trick William two brand trick.
Yeah, man, come on. There's other things too. Why you don't just gotta bash the product? Just don't watch it then, man. I love everything that WWE is doing right now. Um, do I want Vince McMahon back? I do. I'm gonna keep talking my shit. I want Vince McMahon back. Fuck TKO. Yeah, I said it.
And you see
And
my son, and you see they throwing the TKO in the storyline too now. They throwing TKO, bro. I like what they were doing. CM Punk mentioned this TKO. He said that he said that I don't care about you, I don't care about TKO. Like, feel me? He's saying it like I'm here for these people. They throwing TKO in the story, feel me? They're gonna initiate that now to where now it's looking like a real authority thing. I like that. I like that. So feel me? I think listening to the people is one of the things too. So they said if we're gonna do this, we're gonna make it seem like everything's TKO. We're gonna throw TKO in the storyline.
yeah, that's cute and everything, but at the end of the day, TKO is here for money. You could throw them
hundred
into a
percent,
storyline and you could try to make it seem cute and all that, but TKO is sucking the money out of WWE, and once they've gotten everything they
bro.
can get,
What the fuck is a
they are
Slim Jim
going to leave,
table?
bro.
What is a
Well,
Slim
I
Jim
get
table?
it. You snap a Slim Jim in half, so I guess
No, bro. Come on, bro. I'm tired of these advertisements on the ring, bro. There's
they
like
just had
five.
a 60-foot fireball ladder to where you could climb to heaven with that shit. So what the hell do we want us to do right
Bro,
now?
they gotta chill. What next? They gonna have a fucking. What they gonna have, bro? A PlayStation 5 steel chair, nigga?
We're soon about to have Logan Paul team up with a Prime bottle. All right, so you better calm the hell down.
Bro, just chill. Like SmackDown ring is clean, bro. Like if you could have one advertise, have one advertise, bro. They have like 6 advertisements on the floor, bro. Oh man, it's all right though. Feel me? I still like the product though. I just wish that they didn't overdo it with the ring. Like it's cool to have maybe one or two advertisements, but nobody wants to see like 5 advertisements on one wrestling mat, man.
That's a fact. Well, we're gonna end it. There's so much more we could talk about, but we got other things to do in the real life. I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to end it by saying this: if you see somebody taking out the garbage, you have to say thank
Here
you
you
for them
go.
taking out the garbage. Because if you
Here
see
you
them
go.
taking out the garbage, then you say thank you for taking out the garbage.
Here you go.
Shout out to Becky Lynch, man. I just love, I love her promos. Because I feel like he says the same thing 6 different ways, 6 different times. Her promos are great. Shout out to Becky Lynch, man. I'm gonna see her back, but thank you everybody for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe on the video. Follow us on all social media platforms at It's Debatable double underscore. Once again, Fanatics Fest this weekend. I think tickets are still on sale. Go check that out. We will be on the building Saturday. SummerSlam tickets on sale. NBA Finals still going on. Oklahoma City up 3-2. We are going to talk about that. Content will be coming out soon. NFL content will be coming soon in August. Really going to dive into that. Um, Yeah, so be on the lookout. Follow me at Justin Jones on Facebook for details and developments on the platform. Free Sue Surf, free Gwitty, free Bill Cosby, free P. Diddy, free Tory Lanez, free Ted DiBiase, free everybody after you know. We out of here.
4 letters, one word. Yeah.
Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. And shout out Miss Kathy Kelly, doing a great job reporting backstage and just doing her commentary. Would love to have you on the platform, hear your story, and just, shout out to Kathy
Hi, Kathy.
Kelly.